Freshly shaved, baby. What's going on, guys? It's your boy XxSnIcKlFrItZxX back again. Welcome back to my channel, guys. I appreciate all you guys coming back to my channel and supporting me. But today I'm going to bring you a little Q&A, and it's going to be a little different, more about my childhood, I guess you could say. So let's get into the questions, guys. First question is, were you scared about Y2K? And for most of the kids that are younger, that probably were way too young to understand what Y2K is. Basically, it was in the year 2000, once the year 2000 hit, that all the computers were just gonna malfunction. The army, like every single computer, so missiles and nukes and everything from the army was just supposed to explode and just basically kill everything. And I do recall being a kid. I was like, I don't know, 10, 11, maybe 9, 10, or 11. And I do recall as a kid, I was pretty scared. The only thing I really did, I was always up for every New Year's, but the only thing I did for that New Year's, we had, I think, like a brick of some black cats. I just lit those, threw them off the porch, watched them blow up, and I was like, alright, Mom, I'm going to bed. And she just kind of gave me a weird look, but I wasn't having it. I went to sleep. If I was going to die, I wanted to die in my sleep. But yeah, that answers that question. I was pretty freaking scared. But on to the next question, guys. Alright, the next question is, what does your family think of you doing YouTube? As most of you guys know, I do live with my dad. He's basically just like a roommate. I help him out and he helps me out. But my dad, he doesn't really ask any questions. I mean, he is on my Facebook. He sees that I post. But I haven't really asked him. I mean, I'm sure he's fine with it. I'm not in here stripping. And I'm sure you guys are thankful that I'm not. But I guarantee you he hears me yelling. I mean, his room's right next to mine. And I'm pretty sure when he's out in the living room, he can hear me raging as well. So he doesn't really ever tell me anything like calm the hell down or anything like that. So he's a pretty cool guy. I guess he would, in my book, he's an alright guy. But no, I love my dad, and maybe I'll talk to him, or maybe get him in here and do like a little video with me to see what he actually thinks. But other than that, my sister, I mean Vezra, he's doing it, which is my sister's brother-in-law, so he's doing it. I mean, he doesn't do it as much as me, but she doesn't really care. And yeah, that's the only people in my family that would know that I'm doing it. But I don't know. Maybe I'll, like I said, maybe I'll do a video and ask and see what they think. But on to the next question, guys. Alright, next question is, would you rather speak any language or talk to animals? Oh man, that's a hard one. I didn't really think about it, but it'd be cool to talk to animals. But I mean, like, what else would they say other than, hey motherfucker, feed me? I mean, I know that's all my dog thinks is like, oh, is he gonna drop food? Or damn, when's the next time I'm gonna get food? Or I gotta take a dump, let me out. But I would have to go speak any language. It doesn't say like if it's just one language of your choice, but it says speak any language. So I'd rather just be able to speak any language, like travel the world, not having a problem, and you know, try and pick up on some chicas, if you know what I'm saying. But as you guys can tell by the color of my skin, I am Mexican. I do not speak a lick of Spanish, except for the cuss words. Thank you, Pops, for helping me out with that one. I guess I helped myself because he's cussing at me in Spanish. So, but yeah, I would want to speak any language. So on to the next question, guys. One of the worst times you've ever gotten hurt? Eesh. There's been a couple. We'll start from like the farthest I remember to like up to this day. I remember when I was like maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5. I wasn't in school yet, so I had to have been around 4. I was still learning how to ride my bike. It did have training wheels on it. I had a sweet ass Ninja Turtle bike. It was awesome. Anyways, one of the training wheels was, I don't know, it was bent up or maybe it wasn't put together right, Dad. And all I remember is me and my sister were outside. My dad was watering the lawn, and my mom was inside, I don't know, cleaning or cooking or something. But I remember I was riding on the sidewalk, and right next to our sidewalk we had a bunch of rose bushes. My mom had a green thumb, and she could grow basically anything. But I remember riding, and that lopsided training wheel, I don't know, it caught, and it went in, it dug into the gravel or something, whatever they were planted in, and it threw me straight into the rose bushes. So I was just rolling around, and I didn't know what the hell to do. I didn't know what was going on, but I just remember screaming, and my dad ended up pulling me out. And I mean, I had thorns all in my arms and my back. I was literally rolling around in them. But all I remember is we got all the thorns out. My sister ended up putting Columbine lotion. I don't know, the pink shit. I don't know. Maybe if I find a picture, I'll put it up right here somewhere. But basically, I looked like a leopard, but Mexican with pink spots. And my sister fixed me up pretty good, and I just remember I fell asleep that night, and it looked like I had chicken pox for, I don't know, the next couple months. But shit, what else do I have? The next most hurtful thing, I don't know if you guys can see, but I do have a scar on my arm somewhere right here. You can't really see. I'm looking in the screen right now, but you can't see. It right now it's like that big, but back then it was probably my whole arm. What happened was I was at McDonald's. I was a kid. I wasn't this fat, I promise. But we were at McDonald's. We were eating, and my sister found. Back in the day, everything at McDonald's was made of nets. It wasn't made of plastic tubing. Like, it did have plastic tubes and a slide, but like where you climbed up and everything was made out of netting. So my sister found a hole in the netting, and that hole led over to the ball pit, and the ball pit ceiling was made out of netting as well. But that had a hole in it too. So she's like, "Hey, let's go jump in the ball pit from up here." I was like, "All right, cool, whatever." So I follow her, and I go through the first hole, and then I watch her jump down through the second hole to the ball pit. I'm like, "Oh man, that looks fun." So she's like, "Come on." She's in the bottom having fun, and like, "All right, woman, I'm coming. Don't rush me." So I jump, and I do get scared. How old was I? I had to have been like 5 or 6 at this time. So I jump in, and I get scared going down, so my dumbass reaches for the netting, and I didn't catch the netting, but the zip tie, they had it zip tied up before, but the zip tie caught me and just dug into my arm. It was deep and pretty bad. But my mom and my sister pulled me out of the ball pit, and we had to get a first aid kit from McDonald's. And me being that young, I didn't know what they were talking about, but they did ask, "Are you gonna sue us?" I remember the guy specifically asking my mom, "Are you guys gonna sue us?" And I just looked at my mom like, "What does that mean?" And sadly, we did not end up suing McDonald's. We should have. I'd probably be a multi-millionaire, but hey, what can you do? Other than that, like, there was one more time. Well, it didn't really hurt me, but when I saw my face, it made me cry. I was a lot older. I had to have been in 5th grade, so maybe 10 or 11. Me and my buddy, we were out. I mean, back then, kids just went outside and fucking threw rocks and fought with sticks and stuff, but me and my buddy are walking home. We live in Arizona, so we're walking out of the desert. We found these metal poles, and we start swinging them around, you know, being kids and shit. And my friend was in front of me, and I remember him swinging, and I'm like, "Whoa, dude, watch out, you almost hit my face." And he's like, laughs, and he turns around, and he's just like, his face, and he's like, "Whoa, dude, you're bleeding." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And I was wearing a white shirt at the time as well, and I just look down, and my shirt's just drenched in blood, and I go like this, and my hand's covered in blood. And I was like, "Dude, what happened?" Like, I literally didn't feel anything. And he's like, "Dude, your eye's bleeding." And so I'm like, "Which one?" and it was, I believe it was this one. It had to have been this one. And so what I do is I close my eye like a jackass, and I could still see through this eye even though it was closed. What had happened when he swung back, I guess it, like just the tip just the tip, baby. It ended up cutting my eyelid open. So it didn't hurt damage my eye in any way, but it did cut my eyelid open, so when I would close my eye I could still see through it. And as soon as I closed my eye and I saw that I could still see through it, I just fucking started crying. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die and this and that. So I run home and I try and keep my composure. I stop crying and I tell my mom, I was like, Mom, I'm hurt. We need to go to the doctors. And she's like, oh, let me see. And she turns around and I'm just covered in blood and it's coming from my eye, so she just freaks out. But we didn't go to the hospital. We didn't go to the hospital or the doctors, but we did end up getting care. My mom was a nurse at one point in her life, and she ended up, I mean, there's nothing, you can't stitch an eyelid, so basically we just stopped the bleeding, and I had to wear an eye patch for about a week. So I guess, I don't know, I looked like a pirate for a week, or a fucking badass. But anyways, guys, that's the end of the questions. I just want to thank you for always supporting me and watching all my videos. If you made it this far, this is going on 12 minutes, so if you made it this far, I fucking love you. But until next time, YouTube, thanks for supporting me. I'll see you guys later. Pow.